UNDP's NetAid has the objective of showing concretely how UNDP helps to fight poverty around the world. The Multifunctional Platform project, implemented by the Malian government with UNDP's help, has been chosen by NetAid because of its outstanding characteristics and the sustainability of its results. A video clip showing the platform in action was broadcast to all corners of the world during the NetAid mega concerts in New York, Geneva and London on 9th October 1999.
Hello, I'm Catherine Zeta-Jones. There are some places in the world that are still deprived of the most basic human needs. As we approach the new millennium, we cannot allow this to continue. In one of Africa's poorest countries, a simple machine is making a difference. It provides the power to accomplish basic tasks that so many of us take for granted. This simple machine, which only costs $6,000 allows the people of Mali to feed their families, earn a living, and devote time to education, literacy, and health. But this is only the beginning. So go to the NetAid website and find out more about the United Nations Development Program and how you can help them make a difference in people's lives around the world.
The power for change is online. www.netaid.org.
Of Mali's 10 million people, 8 million work on the land. Women account for more than half the agricultural workforce. A rural woman's working day is extremely arduous. Rising at 5 a.m., she carries out all her work in difficult conditions, relying only on her own strength. She walks long distances to fetch water, which can take several hours each day. She spends at least an hour pounding grain to prepare a meal. Then she processes the products from fruit gathering, animal breeding and fishing, as well, of course, providing for the needs and education of her children. In addition to all of this, she works on the family farm and in her own vegetable plot. This hectic schedule leaves her neither time nor energy for herself or her children. there is certainly no time left to develop any kind of profitable business activities. This general lack of time is the main cause of poverty, and particularly affects women. Moreover, this pressure on their available time severely reduces their chances of taking advantage of the existing opportunities in the area of health, education, or economic development. This unequal workload accounts for the fragility and vulnerability of rural women. It has direct and adverse consequences too for the men and the children. Thus, lightening the arduous work of village women seems to be a priority in order to effectively combat poverty. Time saved could be devoted to education, health, and childcare, as well as to generating extra income. A project jointly undertaken by the Mali government and the United Nations Development Programme has developed a multipurpose platform, a basic mechanical power source based on the community mills commonly used in villages. Essentially, the platform comprises a 10-horsepower diesel engine, capable of driving many different ancillary modules. These include a grain miller, a dehuller, a shea butter press, and even an electric alternator. The alternator can drive modules such as a water pump, provide power to up to 250 light bulbs, batteries, drive a sawmill, or weld metal. The cost of the basic module is less than $4,000, and the conditions imposed are that the village concerned appoints a group of women to operate and manage the equipment and finance at least 60% of the costs. The platform employs simple and appropriate technology and is an economic, practical, and sustainable solution for many of the problems faced by rural communities. Local artisans are trained to master this simple and appropriate technology. The women who manage the enterprise and operate the equipment also manage the water distribution network. In effect, they gain access to mechanical energy, substituting this for their own energy and time. Men become their customers, and the ensuing changes in everyday life release individual energies to be spent on developing a more modern way of life. For rural women, the introduction of a platform to a village brings relief from arduous, repetitive work, saving up to 4 hours per day, which can be devoted to health and education and other activities, additional incomes and exposure to literacy and basic management training. The platform gives rural women more independence and greater social and economic responsibilities. For artisans and manufacturers, the platform creates a new business, that of installing and maintaining platform equipment. It also develops additional craft activities, such as carpentry, market gardening, metalwork, welding, etc. As for the community, the platform strengthens the community, encouraging it to mobilize assets, which also contributes to reducing the rural exodus. The platform provides safe drinking water, lighting and electrical power, and allows a move from subsistence to a market economy. It also contributes to protect the environment through the use of puga nuts as a fuel for the engine instead of diesel oil. To meet demand from the villages, a planned extension of the program will supply the platform to 450 villages in Mali by the year 2003. The project is seeking cooperation from development partners, NGOs, training centers, and village credit funds. These partnerships will mobilize funds to train operators and artisans and facilitate the installation of lighting and water distribution systems. By creating private commercial networks, the platform will enable people to better master their destiny. Cooperation between villagers and artisans will ensure that the platform becomes assimilated into the rural social fabric.
Mama